Have you ever felt this way? You dream big, you imagine success, you see yourself living a better life, respected, confident, and fulfilled. Yet, when the moment comes to take action, you delay, you hesitate, and you quietly whisper to yourself, "I'll start tomorrow." If you have ever been ambitious but lazy, then this story is for you, and it may change the way you see your life forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet town where days passed slowly and everyone knew each other, there lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was full of dreams. He talked about success as if it were guaranteed. He spoke about the future with confidence, describing the life he would one day live, the respect he would earn, and the comfort he would enjoy. People admired his vision. They believed he was meant for something great. But while Daniel dreamed of tomorrow, his present remained untouched. Each morning when others woke up early and went to work, Daniel stayed in bed, telling himself he worked best under pressure. When opportunities appeared, he studied them carefully, planned endlessly, and then did nothing. He convinced himself that preparation was the same as progress. Deep inside, Daniel believed he was different from lazy people because he had ambition, but days turned into weeks and weeks into years, and nothing in his life changed. One evening, as Daniel sat alone watching the sun disappear behind the hills, an old man approached him. The man was known in the town for his wisdom, not because he spoke much, but because his life reflected discipline and purpose. He sat beside Daniel and asked a simple question. "What have you done today for the life you want tomorrow?" Daniel smiled nervously and replied, "I'm preparing. I have big plans." The old man nodded and pointed to a nearby river. "Do you see that water?" he asked. "It flows every day, whether it feels like it or not. That is why it reaches the ocean. Ambition without movement is like a river that refuses to flow." Daniel laughed it off, but the words stayed with him. Days later, Daniel noticed something unsettling. Every time he thought about starting, he felt tired before even trying. His mind was full of ideas, but his body resisted effort. Slowly, he realized a painful truth. Laziness does not always look like sleeping all day. Sometimes it looks like overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, and staying busy with things that don't matter. One morning, Daniel woke up later than usual and felt a strange emptiness. He looked around and saw people his age moving forward, building careers, learning skills, and shaping their lives. That was the moment fear entered his heart. He understood that time was moving forward without his permission. The old man's words echoed in his mind, and for the first time, Daniel admitted the truth to himself. His ambition had become an excuse. It allowed him to feel special without doing the work. That realization hurt more than failure ever could. That same day, Daniel made a small decision. Not a dramatic one, not a life-changing speech, but a quiet choice to act. He started with something simple, something uncomfortable. It felt heavy. His mind tried to pull him back into excuses. His body resisted, but he pushed through. The next day, he did it again. Some days he failed. Some days he wanted to quit. But unlike before, he didn't wait for motivation. He worked even when he felt empty. Slowly, something changed. His confidence no longer came from imagination, but from action. His ambition stopped being a dream and became a direction. Months passed, and Daniel was no longer the man who talked about success. He became the man who showed up. People noticed the change, not because he spoke louder, but because his life spoke for him. He understood a lesson most people learn too late. Ambition is a seed, but laziness is a weed. If you do nothing, the weed grows by itself and slowly kills the seed. Ambition needs daily effort, discipline, and patience. Laziness only needs delay. Dear listener, Daniel's story is not unique. It is happening every day, quietly, inside millions of people. Being ambitious does not save you, only action does. Dreams do not expire, but opportunities do. If you wait long enough, laziness will turn your ambition into regret. So if you feel ambitious but lazy, do not hate yourself. Understand yourself. Start small, start now, and move even when you don't feel ready.
Because the life you dream of is not waiting for your motivation, it is waiting for your action. If this story made you reflect, take it as a sign. Begin today, not perfectly, but honestly. And if this story helped you, share it with someone who needs the same reminder, because sometimes one story is enough to change a life forever.